It's July 31st, it's a Tuesday, and there's a month of time-lapse recording on here, I hope. But I'm just going to take a slow walk around the boat. I'm in the process of fairing the hull, which is a fairly difficult job. That's got to come off above that mark. The bow is coming pretty good. Some of the stringers, some of the battens I couldn't really angle properly, and I had to put some fillers in there. Next time I'm going to use a different wood that will angle, twist better. I'm going to use Spanish cedar up there instead of the African mahogany. So I have 2 or 3 more days of fairing, and then some prep work, some epoxy where we can't get to after the bottom's on. That I did half. It's pretty well finished, but I have to do the other half. Having some trouble with this sandpaper. It's 36 grit on a big board, and there's the board. Helps me flatten and fair the hull after I get that, cut down with a plane or power plane. But that's not working the way it should. The green sandpaper keeps coming off. Anyway, it's coming good. This represents about 2 months of solid effort and a month setting up the shop. Shop's a mess right now because of all the chips and the sawdust from fairing. And this is just some angle strips to help make up for the non-twist in those stringers, a couple of them. All right, let's see how this came out. Bye-bye. Here we are again. This is the end of August. It's actually September 1st. It's a Saturday. I just cleaned the shop a little bit. Excuse me. Lots of sawdust. But here we have almost completed with the plywood layers on the boat. The other side's not finished yet, but the side here has 2 layers of 3mm Mahogany. The bottom has the equivalent of 4 layers of Mahogany. Some of it's 3mm, a lot of it's 1/4 inch or 6mm in the back where the surface is flat. On this boat I decided to put this flat area at the side of the bottom, the edge of the bottom, sort of a lifting strake, but we'll see. I think it will help the performance a little bit. But this all went pretty well. Just takes time. The bottom is 2 layers of 6mm. That's actually Meranti, not Mahogany. At least it's supposed to be Meranti. The guy shipped me some Mahogany instead, but Meranti's a lot harder, a little bit heavier. I'm not sure if the transom was on last month, but that's a outer layer of 12mm, 1/2 inch Meranti. 1/4 inch mahogany planking will go on the outside of that, and 1.5 inches, actually 3/4 inch of mahogany solid wood, and 18mm of Meranti plywood go on the inside where the outdrive mounts. So the final thickness is 2 1/4 inches where the outdrive mounts, just about 2 1/4 inches. So this side is mostly completed as well. This I finished up last night. Just temporarily held with these screws. Make sure I get good contact between the two layers. And this area will be finished in the next couple days. I already have the sheets fitted for this. I just have to glue them on. A little indentation in the hole that I corrected. It actually was on both sides. And that's the end of the 1/4 inch with the 6mm planking. There's 2 layers up to this point, and the rest will be 3mm. Another 2 layers on top of the 2 layers that are there already. I think. Yeah, that's 2 layers already. And this area, because the water line is about here, this has to be mahogany, so that will be good planking wood. So this area right here gets planked, as well as this area gets planked. I think I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planks on each side. Might be a little bit easier to put on than the 4 planks I had last time. I have some new wood coming on Thursday of next week. Monday's a holiday. I got to make a little bit of room for it. I couldn't get genuine mahogany, Brazilian mahogany, or Honduras mahogany, so I wound up getting something called Yon'e. It's an African mahogany. It looks very nice. We'll see what happens. See what else here. New addition to the shop was this edge planer that will come in handy when I start doing decking and I start doing the sides, possibly the planking. Otherwise, we got an awful lot of sawdust. I got to really get the boat out of here and vacuum and then blow the shop out. Sawdust everywhere. But that's it. I hope this time lapse came out good. It was from a little different viewpoint, different angle, trying to get more of the shop. We'll see. All right. See you next month. Okay, here we are. It's October 16th. I had some physical therapy for the last 6 weeks. Kind of took a couple hours at least out of each day, but the boat's coming along great. You see the, let me just move over here. You see the mahogany planking getting applied. It's probably the most difficult phase of the construction, but it's coming good. Just go slow. And this side I have 2 planks on. The other side I have about almost 2 3/4. These things, these little lifting strakes or lifting edges at the side came out real nice. Let me just take a walk over here. Got lots of stuff all over the floor, so this shop is a little smaller than I'd really like, but I'm glad I have a shop. This is the other side. Some nice patterns. I wish I had that pattern on the other side as a book match, or there's a name for it, I'm not sure, but with all the wood I have, I couldn't find that piece. This came out pretty good. This is a very difficult area with this butt joint here. This is almost in line, so this piece just butts up against this piece. But here is an overlap, and this area is difficult. I'm going to probably leave this, but I may put a I'm not sure the right word, but an insert there. You know, when you route a male and a female and put it in there. An inlay. So here we are. I don't think there's any chance of me making this March 20th or 21st show in West Palm Beach. That's about 5 months away, so I'm not going to worry about it. But anyway, here she is, and it'll be about a month before the next one. All right, bye-bye. Okay, here we are. It is December 1st. It's been about 6 weeks since the last video. According to this, I have only 5 minutes. This was a long time lapse, and I don't know, we'll see how far we get here. But the boat turned over successfully. As you see, the bottom's all painted. It's glassed with 6-ounce cloth, epoxied a few times, primed a bunch of times with 2-part primer, coated a few times, 4 times, 5 times with a white epoxy bottom paint. The sides come along good. This is a very difficult plank right here at the top. As you can see, I haven't done the other side yet. I switched to the inside of the boat, as you'll see, because I want to get the seats fabricated, constructed and designed really, and I want to bring the seats over to the West Coast. I got to go hurry a little bit here. I'm going to show you inside here. I switched to different mode here, but the floors are all in. Really came out nice. It's going to be a nicer job than the last boats. And the box seats in the back are going to be easy, and this pedestal seat up front. Here I started the decking, and the hatch is in there. The hatch is part of the deck right now. After I sand it and put some skins on it, let me just stop here a second. After I sand it and put some skins on it, I'll cut carefully, you know, inside here, wherever the hatch is. Hatch goes here and it goes here. This gets cut here, and pieces get put on. But so to ensure that the hatch fits and shaped right, I'm not going to cut that out to the very last minute. Going around the boat here, I got to plank this top here yet, but I put this on. This is a little change in design. There's heavy solid strips that go out to here, and then deck goes over the top, and the rub rail goes right about centered here on the outside. Let's see here. It says I have 2 minutes left. I'm going to let this run to the end. I spent this morning, it's, what time is it here? It's 1:15. It's just about 12 o'clock. And spent 3 hours just cleaning up the place. You can see the floors are the cleanest they've been in a long time. But I'm just going to go by here slowly again. This floor, these center hatches, the two up front there, that one and that one, are removable for stowage, and this longer one back here, I guess, yeah, covers the fuel tank. It's a more semi-permanent hatch. It's, you know, it's removable. You have to remove the fuel tank, but it's not normally removable. It's screwed in. Okay, what else we got here? Pretty sure I'm going to use the 5.0 MPI. I keep going back and forth. Oh, I have a little focus problem here. And, oh, I know, I went telephoto by mistake. The 5.0 MPI, and I'm investigating through the transom exhaust with tiny mufflers. So I want it to have like a Ferrari sound. I hope there's a reduction in cost of the engine if I don't get that through the propeller exhaust adapter, whatever you call it. Alright, we're going through here. Transom came out pretty good. You've seen, there's still pictures all over the place. It says I have 0 minute. It's going to stop any second now. So goodbye to everybody. We'll shoot this again sometime soon. End of the month. Alright? Alright, bye-bye. Okay, here we are again. It's, let me center this a little bit. This is the commercial. This is for a sponsor. It's January 13th, 2008. And this is Sunday. And I just came in today to do the video, which is overdue a couple weeks. And to clean up the shop. So let's take a walk. Here's the, you'll see the hatch has been, well, first of all, the rear deck has been put on, and then the hatch cut out, and I'm cleaning up the hatch here. Let me see if I can, you get the idea on the inside here. Pick it back up a little bit. That just has to be cleaned up and painted. Maybe some of those things have to be cut down a little bit because there's a little bit of interference between the engine cover and the hatch. These are these things here, not this long one, but these things to the right of the long one are the floorboards and the sideboards for the cockpit, which are out of the boat right now. They're going to be cleaned up and then epoxied for sealing, and the sideboards will get painted. I'm not sure what they're going to get painted with, but so let me just see if we can walk in here without tripping. This is a table that I had to build way back. It's been very handy. Got all sorts of, I don't know what you call them, but slots for tie downs. Really works out nice. I built it for the frame assembly and I've been using it for everything. Okay, you can see some changes here. First of all the side planking is completed, and this last week was the most productive week of the 6 or 7 months so far. I had one of my friends, Doug, he was here the whole week, and one of my friends, John, was here on Friday. Between the three of us, we did at least 2 weeks' work. Anyway, the whole boat is bunged. The ones that John and Doug did came out really good. The grain of the bung is in line with the grain of the boat. The ones that I did, I had forgotten about the grain, and I did a whole bunch of them before I remembered. And then Doug and I did the rest of them here. Doug and John cut them all off on Friday. Friday was really a productive day again. So here's the hatch. I'm going to switch over to the LCD thing here so I can raise the camera. You can see the aft has been decked. Came out really nice. And the hatch was cut out. You get a peek into the forward part there. It was all epoxy saturated. That was done on Friday. I'm going to switch back to my eyeball. Okay. And I'm going to walk around the boat this way now. I'm going to switch back. This engine's going to fit here real nice. At this point in time, I'm going with the 6.2 liter. It's called the Secor. It's freshwater cooled, corrosion improved. I really can't get that freshwater cooled unless I go with the Secor, so that's what I'm doing. I don't know if I showed the subflooring at any time, but all the subflooring now holds the floor. There's some extra beefy area there. Where is it? Right in the center of the picture, that will hold the 1-inch subfloor that's going to hold the pedestal seats. Doug mostly cleaned up the inside of this with all the epoxy drips, and then me, John, and Doug did the rest of it. This is the deck beam. It's about this one's 3 inches wide, and I really didn't need 3 inches wide. I didn't have clamps big enough, so I did this side only 2.5 inches. Plenty of strength. There's a shear underneath that. That's, this is a massive structure around the top, the side where the deck and the side meet. Here it's 5 pieces, and then here it doesn't curve as much. It's 2 pieces, and then someplace back here, probably right at the seam, it becomes 1 piece for the rest of the back. As soon as this is decked with the mahogany, then I'll put the transom on, the last piece of the transom. Oh, here's the seat structure. Getting ready to, these fit right inside like a glove, and the guy will have these things now to fit the upholstery, the backs and the seats. And right in the middle of this back here, I don't think you can, let's try to point to it, right in here there's going to be a cutout. I'm going to go to where that is inside the boat. I don't know if you can see it, but that cutout right there will hold the master battery switch, and the battery charger will be right there also. So just pop out the rear seat cushion, the back, not the cushion, and you get to that. So it's coming great. I'm hoping I can finish it by the end of March now for the show, but I really don't think I can. Just too much to do. But it's coming great. I'm happy with it. Very happy with it. And I'm looking forward to running it with that 6.2. Oh, I'm going the wrong way again. Alright then. Take it easy, everyone. We'll see you next month. Okay, here we are. Here's the commercial. Classic Tech Marine. It says I have plenty of time left. I must have a pretty big tape in here. Today's March 1st, 2008. I'm just going to stop this and walk inside so I don't trip over myself. Okay, I'm inside. Okay, it's been I think about 6 weeks since the last summary. Things went pretty well. I don't know what to show you. I'm going to start over here. This is the hatch cover. And I'm going to try to try not to drop it. Well, better. Okay, I'm back. I almost did drop it, but That's the detail on the hatch cover. The center stripe is... Hatch cover is really completed. Has to be final sanded, final painted. I painted it with a paint that's too glossy, so I have to try the next paint. But otherwise it's coming pretty nice. Let's see here. I used much more wood than I expected. I probably underestimated the area, and there was more waste than I thought. So let's take a look here. I'm going to switch to, no, I'm not going to do that yet. Alright, so here today, I routed this rabbit. What a job. Almost had a disaster, but it came out pretty good. That gets filled with a piece of molding, so to speak. The whole deck is decked. I don't know if you can see. And the center stripe on the front deck is up there. Deck has to be sanded a lot more, but it's pre-sanded. All the edges of the deck are routed. The engine compartment is painted. Tiny little bit more maybe, but otherwise finished. Ready for the engine. Engine's on order. About 3 weeks I'll have the engine. 2 to 3 weeks. Wrong way. As soon as I put this piece of molding around the edge, this piece, I don't know if you can see it, or this piece, then I can put this final transom piece on. All right. More engine room. Some engine room, engine area. You see the detail on the front deck. That came out nice. That was some job. I think it took me 3 weeks to do this deck. All right, next summary, the engine may be in. Oop, it's too bright. We'll see. All right, bye-bye.